I think it will thrill you. It may shock you. It might even horrify you. So if any of you feel that you do not care to subject your nerves to such a strain, now is your chance to, well, we've warned you.
And yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of the death, I shall fear no evil. Because we fight the evil.
We fight the evil.
That's right.
You can't fear the evil.
The Lord is my shepherd. Oh, sorry. Hey, everybody.
Hey, guys.
Welcome to another episode of Happy Wax TV. The Doomgorium Report.
Yes. Axmaster.
Happy Wax.
And, yeah, well, tonight's, look at us. New
I like
chairs,
these new chairs.
lounge, eh?
Yeah, it's like, this is getting more comfortable all the time.
Yeah. This is
Before
great.
we were standing like
Next-
guys working a Max Milk or something.
Yeah. Next we'll have, like, beds that just fucking lay here.
Maybe we should have hammocks like, like Gilligan's Island or
That would be
something.
awesome. That would be awesome. Yeah. Okay, so, well, tonight we're talking about the much overhyped Hereditary.
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 You know, lumbago is hereditary.
Lumbago.
Yeah. Or arthritis.
Oh, okay.
But I can't really figure out what was hereditary in the movie Hereditary.
Well, I've done a lot of thinking. So we went and saw this movie last night, and well,
We had to sit alone.
yeah, that was the other thing too. Saturday night at the movies, and we had to get separate seats. So my first words out of my mouth when I sat beside the couple I sat, I was like, "No, I'm not a loser. I'm not here by myself. My friend is right there." And they just laughed, and they was like, "Yeah, we figured you were a loser." And I'm like, "Yeah, good call, good call." So no, but it was, yeah, it's
Did
just.
you say that to them?
Yeah, I did.
Oh,
So
geez.
it's fun.
I didn't say anything to the guy next to me because
No.
he had the worst breath.
Oh, really?
Oh, man. I don't know what he ate, but it was like... It was...
Yeah,
maybe
bad
it's
breath
it's
is-
hereditary.
Yeah,
Halitosis.
hey, yes, it could be.
Halitosis
could be hereditary. So,
Right.
oh, well, let's try and explain this movie, I guess,
Let's
or do our
delve
best to
into
give our opinion on it.
All right, then.
So, I mean, how do we want to start this? Are we going to give spoilers? Because I don't think you can do a good job of trying to explain the happenings in this movie
Without
without giving spoilers.
Mm-hmm.
So, we'll give the synopsis quick.
Okay, let's give the synopsis and a rating.
And a rating.
And then we'll
it has to be spoilers because there's a lot to talk about in this movie.
Yeah.
So the more I think about it, there's more to talk about. So,
Mm-hmm.
but basically, it starts off the Toni Collette's who is the mom in this movie. Her mother passes away, and they're at the funeral.
Right.
And then it's just like there's strange happenings that kind of start occurring after her passing. That's pretty much it. And then the family kind of copes with it. It's more or less the gist, I think, of the...
And you start to see that the mother was kind of estranged from Toni Collette. And then Millie Shapiro, who plays Charlie, who's the strange-looking girl.
Yeah.
I think they made her up to look stranger than she is, but, she had this weird connection with the grandmother, and you find out that the grandmother was kind of feeding her when she was a kid, which was kind of weird. And there was tension there between Toni Collette and the grandmother, who was played by, well, I don't even know if she's got a...
Who, the grandma?
Yeah, I don't even know if she's in there, because she really wasn't a character. She was just a corpse.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
But yeah, and then there's Peter. I mean, there's Peter Alex Wolff, who plays Tony's son, and Gabriel Byrne, who plays Steve, the husband.
Yeah.
So they're all dealing with the death of the mom, and Tony's a miniature artist, which is pretty cool.
And then strange things happen.
And yeah, everything weird starts happening around Charlie.
Yeah. Okay, let's give a rating because I want to talk about this movie
All right.
because there's a lot going on. So for me, and we'll get into I'll get into why I think, but I'm only going to give this like a 6, maybe a 6.5, but probably a 6.
Yeah, I'm going to go 6.5 with this one because I don't find that if you're a horror lightweight, this might freak you out.
Yeah.
If you've seen as many horror movies as we have, or as most of our audience have probably seen, you're not going to be afraid. You might get some like the odd goosebump scene.
Yeah.
I liked what they did with how they showed specters in the movie. Like it was always in the shadow. Yeah. That was pretty cool. Like there were cool points to it, but it was like it was overhyped.
Yeah.
And it was definitely not the next Exorcist.
No, I don't know where that came from. So
like whatever.
Yeah.
And Yeah, 6.5 for me.
Okay, all right. So spoilers from this point on.
Spoilers from this
Okay,
point
you've
on.
been warned if you don't want to go beyond that. So, all right. So this is Ari Aster's first movie directing, a feature movie. And I honestly think for his first movie, he did better than most people did. Because this movie had a lot of good features to it. But again, and I said this to you coming out of the theater last night, there's something about when a movie is shown at the Cannes Film Festival and it just gets overhyped, and that's what happened to this movie too. And I don't understand what people are seeing who are giving this movie such good praise and review. Well, I mean, there's a lot of good about the movie. I mean, the acting is pretty damn good.
Yeah, Tony Collette's awesome.
Yeah, and I mean, Gabriel Byrne's, well, I mean, he's good in anything he does. And Alex Wolff is actually, he's won a couple awards. And even Millie Shapiro, this is her first movie. She's never acted before, but I mean, she has been on Broadway and stuff. I did a little research on her. So
she pulls it off.
Yeah, so the acting is there. So I agree with that. And Ari Aster being his first full-length feature, I think he did a pretty good job for his first time out. There were some creepy moments in this movie, but I don't understand where people are giving this movie like a 9s and calling it the next Exorcist. Like I don't get that, because there's nothing new here.
There's nothing new, and it's really slow to get going.
Yeah,
I mean, I
slow.
like to have a story built.
Yeah.
But it was just really. At one point, I was actually sitting there going, okay, like we've been here about 45 minutes, or it has to be at least 45 minutes, and something's got to start happening here, or I'm going to start feeling like this is a bad movie.
Yeah.
And then it started slowly happening.
Yeah.
So.
But and I'm all for slow burns.
Yeah.
But this movie was such a slow burn that you actually go through that cigarette and you have to light another cigarette and get into that burn, because
you're starting to light them off one after another, chain smoking for something to happen.
And then when it does happen, I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's nothing we haven't seen before. Like I don't know. Like if you want to describe the movie, I mean, if you pick up on certain things, you figure out what's going on right off the hop. And the good thing, well, I don't know if it's a good thing, but they give clues throughout this entire movie as to what's going on. So if you piece it all together, then you know what the ending's going to be anyways. And there was a bunch of things and it all comes, it all dawns on you at the end of this flick, because it's basically Toni Collette's mom is the leader of a satanic cult.
Yeah.
Right? And you figure that out quite early. They almost give it away. They do give it away when she goes into her room after the funeral, and there's that triangle, and then the demon that they worship is Palon, I think is Palon or Pelon or something like that. I'm not sure, but that's an actual figure. I don't know, but there's a lot of things that they say and do that lead up to this, and they kind of give the ending away. And then I don't understand why everyone's head has to get cut off. I don't understand that part, but
I was thinking maybe it's the three, like there's 3 people that have no head, right?
Right. Oh yeah, you said that. Yeah, because
so,
they're all wearing the
like 3 wraps, and that means like that's satanic and all this kind of stuff. I don't know, maybe 3 heads falling off, and I don't know. The movie is shot really well.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's like he did a good job shooting the film. It has a certain kind of like, what do you call it, like oppressive sort of feel to it. Like everything, there's not really a lot of happy shit or anything. It's done well, it's shot well. The specter scenes are pretty cool with the like how they're in the shadows. And, but I mean, like I said, like you said, I mean, basically you knew what was going on right away. If you've seen a bunch of, and then there's the character of Joni, who is befriends Toni Collette there. Mm-hmm. She basically, you basically know she's one of them, right? It's not like you can't read this movie. It's pretty simple to read, and she's basically setting her up when she gives her the words to say before she does her seance, and she goes, well, everybody's like, what language is that? I mean, we can't figure out that it's the Necronomicon, of course, exactly. Like the Book of the Dead. Latu,
just in case. Necktie. Necktie. And there's so much stuff that they give away here that you can piece together. Like obviously what they're trying to do is try and get this Palon demon. It has to be
in a male body.
A male body, and it has to be a virgin. So Peter's the perfect go to, but I think they wanted, like, I think, well, I mean, the whole movie is a setup, because when Charlie's born, the grandma pretty much
takes her,
grooms her
and starts breastfeeding.
It's almost like they know what,
Like-
it almost like
satanic breast milk.
like it's a whole lead up, even with the letter. The letter that Toni Collette finds in the box is saying, I'm sorry for being so distant, or whatever she said, but it'll all be good in the end.
Or sacrifices,
But good to the grandma is, trying to get this satanic demon.
Diabolically evil.
Yep, and then they also tell you that like when Toni Collette goes to this circle group, with people who are trying to cope with losses, and then she says that she had a brother that died early on, and they said he was schizophrenic.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm thinking, well, the grandma may have tried before.
Well, because didn't she say that the brother said something along the lines of my mother tried to put people in my head?
Yeah.
So they were trying to do the same thing.
Right. So they keep trying and failing, and then you also find out with Joni, when she comes in, she tells Colette that she had a son and their kid that drowned, but we don't know if they actually drowned. They could have tried with their kids, and it didn't work out. So
they've been trying to do it.
It's a bunch of trial and error here. So Peter's the next I guess sacrifice, I guess, but and then the whole movie there, you see these lights that come down the wall, and I don't know. I'm just guessing that at the end there, when the light goes into him, that was Charlie going in, because they want Charlie's spirit inside Peter, so that when this Palon guy comes in, that's what I'm guessing. So that's why she's been groomed. That's why she's kind of weird, right? Because she's an oddball. She builds all those crafts, and then she was cutting the head off the bird, which is all to do with cutting. Like, none of these corpses have heads on them, even. You know what I mean? So I trying to piece the clues together here. So, but as far as as far as scares go,
it was pretty tame.
Yeah, like I don't. Well, I mean, we're in spoilers, so whatever.
That's the most disappointing part of the movie. It wasn't scary.
Yeah, like I mean, it was. It's always freaky when you walk into a room and you have like a figure on the wall above you. I mean, but it's nothing we haven't seen before. No. But the freakiest thing for me was Toni Collette's facial expressions.
Yeah,
she's a great character actor, and her facial expressions are like, I mean, she really did make this movie. If they put a different actress in, I don't think this movie would have got that.
Yeah, like even when she freaks out at the dinner table and starts yelling at Peter, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what I found freaky. That was kind of unnerving to me, was her freakouts and the way she changed her facial expressions. That you know what I mean? But Gabriel Byrne's, his character, he was probably...
I kind of thought Gabriel Byrne was kind of flat in the movie.
Yeah.
Like he was just kind of there,
I think everybody's character was flat, except for Toni Collette's, because I think they wanted to... You know what I mean?
Stand out.
Yeah, I don't know.
The dynamic character there.
Yeah, and then there's so much. I thought, I don't know. Remember we talked about it on the way home about it was like a battle of good versus evil. You know what I mean? Because they're trying, like, how many times did Toni Collette's character say that she tried to kill her kids? You remember, like, saying?
Yeah, like she sleepwalks and all that, and basically wakes up with a can of lighter fluid, and they're all dumped in lighter fluid. So
and then Gabriel
maybe it's like some subconscious way she knows that something's wrong.
And then even the scene where the son Peter's laying in bed, and she's in the room with him, and then she's like reaching through the back of the bed trying to strangle him or pull his head off, but then he wakes up and she wakes up. Like, there's a lot of times in this movie where. And then even saying that she tried to have a miscarriage.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of times in this movie where she says that she, or does things to say. And it's even funny too when Charlie dies, her head gets cut off. Like, there's a lot of head cutting in this movie. So I guess, like you said, it all goes with the little necklace that they wear, and whatever that thing is, the three headless people that are together. So, but I was wondering, like, so at the end of the movie,
I'm sure there's demonologists out there who know exactly what these three corpses with no heads on it means. But ultimately, if you know what it is and you've got something to tell us, we'd love to hear it.
Yeah.
But really, it doesn't make it any more scary.
Yeah.
Like, from a layman's person's, like, horror movie viewers, world, what we know about demonology is yeah, okay, whatever. Like, the power of Christ compels you. You know, it doesn't make, if the mystery of the three heads is solved, it doesn't make the movie any better, right? At the end of the day, it's just, it was hugely hyped. And the couple next to me were pissed off. You know, when the lights came on, the guy said, "Well, that was a fucking joke. That one. What the fuck were they talking about?"
Again,
you know,
it's a Cannes movie, and you know it's so funny. I should have done more research on that, but there's been a handful of movies that have get shown at Cannes over the last like 5, 6, 7 years, and it's a lot of critics that go to Cannes and see these movies, and then they get really hyped up because critics, I think, see movies a little differently than, you know, like we do, because we want to see a horror movie and be scared, and because, you know, you're kind of dulled down after watching them for 40 plus years. As where a critic would look at the acting and the screenplay and the setup and Act 1, Act 2, Act 3, all this sort. I just wanted to be fucking scared. You know what I mean? And I wasn't scared in this movie at all. Like I said, the scariest parts for me, it got me once when Toni Collette's driving in the car and there's that sound. You know what I mean? Because Charlie does that. That got me, but that was also because everybody else jumped. But I mean, the other creepy things were creepy, but it was nothing new. But I mean, I can't rhyme off all the movies because I forget, but I know the one that really stands out was The Witch. I know you like that movie, but it got so much fucking hype and praise, and it was supposed to be this. And I saw it, and I was like, "Oh my god, is this fucking?" I
look at that one as kind of an artistic horror movie, really. Like, maybe that's what they were going for with this, because, that's like, you know, like what you said about the critics liking it. It was, like I said at the beginning of all this, it was really well shot. Like, the house was awesome. Like, everything. The sets were great, and it had like it reminded me of like the original Wicker Man, the ending, and you know, or something like that. Like, something from the early 70s, so it had a classic feel to it, but it just didn't do it.
The original Wicker Man.
Yeah, the original Wicker Man.
Not the Nicolas Cage.
Nicolas Cage.
No, but the original one. So, but like
something
I didn't
like that. It's unsettling, it's creepy, but it's nothing you haven't heard before. So, and Cannes, well.
I don't know, man. I just
I guess maybe we should make a movie and get it into Cannes Film Festival.
Fuck, I don't know. Yeah. This movie for me, anyways, fell into the overhyped train.
Overhyped.
And you know, it's true. Sometimes you do damage to yourself before you go see it because you're so pumped to see this movie that's supposed to be so awesome, and the next Exorcist, and then you overhype yourself, and then if it doesn't pay off, then because really this isn't that bad of a movie. It's like, I mean, I've seen way worse, but again, I was let down, and it wasn't anyone to do in the movie, or it wasn't, you know, even Ari Aster. It was people promoting it and saying how fucking scary it was and saying how awesome it is. And it was a good movie, but no fucking way was it the next Exorcist, not even close. So, but again, it's all how you perceive the movie, right? Like I said this to you last night, It Follows is one of the creepiest movies I've ever fucking seen, and I'll guarantee you there's a bunch of you out there laughing saying that movie was fucking horrible. So it all depends on what scares you. The same with the Blair Witch. I watch the Blair Witch now, and I think it's a joke just because it doesn't have the same effect. But when I saw it in the theater the very first time, like honestly, I had that movie in my head for like days afterwards, just because I'd never seen anything like it before.
There were a lot of people who thought it was real.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? And it was just so, you know, certain movies do certain things. Babadook. You know what I mean? A lot of people didn't like that movie. A lot of people did, but there was a lot of people that didn't like. I thought it was a fucking awesome movie. And that was one of the movies that got really good hype at Cannes that actually paid off. Do you know what I mean? But I don't know. The Witch, I mean, you liked it. I didn't like it. Again, super hype coming out of the Cannes Film Festival. So I don't know. I guess we'll have to see what comes out next year.
We'll have to see what comes out of the can.
Yes.
Out of the cans.
Well done.
Cans.
Well done. So.
And I guess this is another episode in the cans.
In the can, yeah. So. All right. Well, okay. So yeah, that's what sixes for us.
6.
I mean, by all means, go see this movie because it is.
6.5.
Yeah, it's not horrible, but it just, if you want to be scared, then if you want to see a good movie, go see with lots of whatever. But don't expect to, bring it home with you and be scared for it's just not one of those movies. So.
Nope.
But anyways, okay. So Hereditary 6. Thanks to all the new subscribers. We are. What are we at now? I checked this morning. I think we're at like almost at 460. So we're coming up on 500. So we keep pumping them out, and everything's all set up. So we've been talking about it. So Let's Talk Horror is going to start too. And I can't
the
wait
table,
for that. Yeah.
Chairs.
Can't wait for new chairs. These are nice and comfortable.
Yeah.
So I don't have a problem talking for a long time in these chairs, so
Oh, I know.
my ass does not go numb.
No, it's good.
Yeah.
I'm feeling like this
Nobody
is
likes
the
numb ass.
place to sit and talk. Bring a coffee because we got the shock. You got the shock mount here.
Yes, we're good now.
We're good.
All right.
All right.
Okay. Well,
So enjoy this film and go see something else to stay
stay
scared.
scared.